Hi, this is Chris Eubanks, and this is what I eat. I'm not very much a foodie. I can eat kind of the same thing every single day. I just Chick-fil-A. I'm on first name basis with the people at my like Chick-fil-A at home. Every time I come in, they're like, "Hey." Breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day, so it can range from anything from pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage. A lot of times, it's a lot of Chick-fil-A breakfast, whether it's a chicken biscuit or chicken egg and cheese bagel, something like that. So that's typically how I start. From there, we kind of move on to, I would say, maybe a little healthier options throughout the day. But in tournament, it kind of goes back to, toast, pancakes, eggs. Oatmeal is probably one of the things that I enjoy the most. Love to add different fruits, strawberries, blueberries, whatever. But I definitely would say oatmeal is probably my consistent thing at home and on the road.
Are you someone that tries and counts and hits a certain amount of calories each day, or not really?
No, I did that for years. And I actually was able to put on a decent amount of weight. I think mine was around 4,000, 4,500 a day. For about 3 or 4 years, I tried to hit that number, and it began to get so stressful for me, just because it's not my natural instinct to just eat and eat and eat. But I kind of hit a point about 1.5 years ago where I said, I'm going to try to monitor what I eat a little bit better and just kind of make sure I'm eating at the right times, and then we just kind of let the weight take care of itself.
You all right there, big fella? Mama, I love you.
A lot of times it depends on what the tournaments have, but I'll try to go something around the way of like rice, sweet potatoes, maybe fish, vegetables. That's usually my typical lunch. I'll have a pasta with chicken, spinach, tomatoes, and things like that.
What a moment for Christopher Eubanks.
After you have a long and grueling match on court, tell us a little bit about how that changes what you eat afterwards to recover.
Honestly, after matches, I'm just trying to put in as many calories as I can. So I'm trying to eat as much as I can. Also depends on if I have to play the next day or if I have a day off. But typically post-match, you want to get a lot of protein in, and typically I like to try to find a lot of pasta. So any place with a good lasagna around is typically where I'm going to go after a match. It depends on where I am, it depends on what restaurants are nearby, but dinner tends to be a little bit heavier, whether it's steak, whether it's any type of pasta dish, something that's a little bit heavier, sits on the stomach a little bit. Again, I mentioned how I love lasagna, so that's typically, if I can find a nice lasagna around, that's typically going to be my dinner most nights during the tournament.
Travel a lot throughout the year. Are you somebody that likes to try and enjoy the local food wherever you go?
Yes and no. I'm a big chain guy, so if I can find some familiarity amongst chains that are in different cities, that's typically where I'm going to go because I know what to expect. There's no real experimenting going on, and I kind of I stick with what I know. I'm typically always eating something throughout the day. One of my favorite snacks is honestly a peanut butter and jelly. That's something that I eat a lot of when I'm home, when I'm at tournaments and they have peanut butter and jellies. You might see me as excited as a young kid when I can get my hands on one. So that's probably a really consistent snack for me. Typically, right before the match, I don't want to eat anything too heavy. If I were to have a heavier lunch or something, I'll eat that maybe 3 or 4 hours before. Then maybe closer to an hour and a half before the match, that's when the snacking comes to play, whether it's granola bars or protein bars, acai bowl, smoothie, something that's easy to kind of go down and digest. It's kind of when I try to snack in tournament.
What's the best nutrition or health tip that you've been given as a professional athlete?
I would say eating or drinking something 15 to 20 minutes after physical activity is probably, I would say, one of the most important things. Something that I learned in college with our nutritionist, and it's just the importance of that kind of window that you have of really trying to put something in as quick as possible. Probably, I would say, is probably the most important.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris.